And on to our final topic, and let's talk about now Toy Story 4. Now, Toy Story 4 came out in cinemas this past week. I've been to see it. I know you've seen it as well, Matt.
Yep.
But before we kind of just give our brief ideas on what we thought of that one, I was very interested in the idea of it didn't seem to hit the box office very well. It didn't.
No.
It didn't produce as much as I thought. And having seen it, I can kind of see why that maybe didn't happen.
I think it's probably fatigue, French sequel fatigue, because there was like Men in Black, and there was a couple of other movie sequels that came out before that are all disappointing, like Godzilla. That was a big failure here. And then there was Men in Black, also a failure. X-Men Dark Phoenix, that bombed hard.
Yeah, well, I view X-Men in a slightly different vein because I view that as like, that was like, even as a Marvel fan, it's like, I want to go see it. I just never got round to it. And it was almost that kind of thing of like,
It
doesn't
disappeared
matter.
within a week here, so I couldn't even see it.
It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all because it's not part of the MCU. It's got nothing going forward.
And Disney didn't even want to release it originally, from what I've heard.
I think they must have wanted it a little bit because the amount of advertising they were putting into it showed me that they were.
I think that was just left over from what Fox was doing, and we're like, okay, we have this movie, we may as well at least try to promote it.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have saved more money had they not actually advertised it at all and just
that and New Mutants. Oh,
yeah, I'm very reluctant on that one there, but I think Men in Black was a little bit different because they changed the stars and changed it around a bit, and I don't think I must admit I watch it when
the trailer was. It convinced me not to go watch it.
I watch it.
It just seems like Sony just got these Marvel actors because they're like, oh, if we get these Marvel people will go see it. And surprise, they didn't. Marvel fans know when something is bad and they'll avoid it, like Iron Man 3 and 4 too.
It just feels to me like I think a lot of that was more. It didn't have what was Men in Black. It was a complete reboot. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And also, I think there is that thing of, I look at movies now and it's like just literally Men in Black, Dark Phoenix. I'll wait for them to come on streaming, or I'll wait to rent them because it's so convenient. I think it's so much easier now, and I think the big thing about people going to cinemas as a whole, you want that event, you want that big reason to go, and you want that big reason not to go. And
yeah. Our theater here has this big promotion going on this week because it's Canada Day. Basically, they're trying to get more people to go to the morning screenings by offering basically half-price tickets and buy one, get one free bags of popcorn. So they're trying to get people to go during Canada Day.
My local cinemas dropped the price down this last year down to $4.99. It's a £5 a ticket, anytime. Any movie, and I've gone a lot.
It's like $13 here.
Yeah, it used to be a lot more, and it kind of has changed it. We went to saw Toy Story 4, but I didn't go see it over the opening weekend. It's still putting in a lot, and I think it's going to put in a lot of money over the holiday,
no doubt.
over the summer. I know my brother and his family have gone to see it. They've been looking forward to it. I think it's a slow burner, and it's still number one. It was
still number one. It's just that it didn't reach 200 million because this is going to be a Frozen situation again because that movie didn't start off big, but as soon as it hit other countries like Japan and such, that's when it got big.
I still think as well, the thing is with Toy Story 4 is I think a lot of us were like, we don't need it. We didn't. If it didn't exist, it wouldn't matter. Frozen 2 is a little bit different because it's the first sequel. We've not really seen anything.
Yeah, well, we've had the short and the special, and that's about it.
I just want to briefly just talk about a little bit now about Toy Story 4. I did enjoy it. I thought it was a good, fun movie. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed what they did with it, but I wasn't blown away with it. And that was the kind of the key
same
thing.
here. I wanted it to be a 10 out of 10, but it just wasn't, especially compared to another sequel that came out this year, How to Train Your Dragon Free. I think that one set off perfectly how to end a movie saga compared to Toy Story 4.
Yeah, it was an odd one. I mean, I don't know if they are going to move forward with Toy Story in other ways.
No doubt. The money is going to convince them to do a 5 eventually, when Doctor gets replaced, because I just see it happening as a last ditch effort to like make money.
I mean, I've got no problem with sequels. It's just it felt a little. It was some of the things of
Especially after we got Incredibles 2 and Finding Dory, which were disappointing sequels. So right now I'm just kind of burnt out on Pixar sequels.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to next year where we got two brand new fresh takes with Onward and also with Soul. So that is good. I mean, I felt a little bit like that again with Toy Story 4 and why it might not have done as well. Everyone kind of saying it's great, it's good, it's fun, but it didn't have that same. You have to see it this weekend. You've got to go see it straight away.
Yeah.
Me and my wife really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. It's that really weird thing of like going, it's like if I had to give it a score, a 7 or an 8 out of 10,
Yeah, I
solid.
think I gave it an 8.
Yeah, it was an 8 out of 10 is still great. It's still a great review. It's just it didn't like blow me away. There was it felt like a number of characters just kind of got shoved. I mean, if Buzz Lightyear wasn't in,
toys did nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
and like most of Andy's toys barely did anything either. Like Slinky Dog, Ham, Rex, like we all had like 3 lines each. That's it.
Yeah, it did very much felt like they wanted to push the new toys, and that was all they were interested in.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that. It's just that I mean, I love Duke Kaboom. I thought he was a great character.
Yeah, there was also Combat Carl from the Halloween special. He's only in it for like 2-3 minutes. Like that's it.
It did exactly what they wanted. I mean, I thought Forky was great. It just was one of those movies of going. It didn't quite hit my expectations of. And I don't know. I think the trouble is as well when we've had movies like Inside Out and Coco and things like that, which I was really impressed with. This one just didn't. It was better than Incredibles 2 because I thought Incredibles 2 was.
Oh, that was disappointing. It was basically the first movie again.
Yeah, it was one of those ones. So I do at least think with Toy Story 4, it was very much a Woody movie. That was very much about him, which I know the other ones have always tended to be more about Buzz Lightyear, but he didn't seem to be.
The second one was mainly about Woody and Jesse. Third one was mainly about Buzz getting corrupted by Lotso.
Yeah, I'm really glad at least with Gabby Gabby they didn't fully do a Lotso because I was expecting her to go down it, and I also
same here.
I was glad they didn't do that, and also those Quilladris dummies they were creepy.
It's the new monkey. It's the new monkey.
Yeah, but I'd love to know what you guys thought of Toy Story 4 in the comments below. And as per usual, guys, go check us out over at DisKingdom.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. I'm James. I'm Matt. Where can I find you?
On YouTube, I have a channel called Matthew LeBlanc. It's just basically like Disney vlog videos. And one last thing, I hate how we over-promoted Don Wrinkles' lines being reused for a movie, and we only did 2 lines. Like, that is a major disappointment from Mr. Potato Head fans.
Oh yeah,
it's like you were making such a big deal of going through the archives, going through all the stage shows and video games for perfect lines, and we only did 2 lines. Like we did a major advertising push for that.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, if you hadn't said that, I would have completely forgotten. Because
that took a point off for me. Like that is this blatant false advertising.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing, isn't it? Of like they almost like they couldn't really do anything with the character, but they didn't. Let's be honest, if the character was barely in it, and that was the same.
I just wish we didn't mention it at all.
Yeah, if they hadn't mentioned it, we probably wouldn't have even have known about it. But nevertheless, if you've got any problems with Toy Story, let us know. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us this week. We'll be back soon, and we'll see you guys soon. Later.